Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and Texas pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We do have a quorum for tonight's meeting. All council members are in attendance except for the Councilwoman J. Jimenez. Please note for our city secretary. At this time, I open the floor for any citizens' comments. This is the opportunity for citizens to address the council. If you would like to do that, if you would come to the podium, state your name, and my timer will start. Do we have any citizens' comments? Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm starting that, man?
Yes, if you would state your name and...
Okay. My name is Joel Arroyo. Good evening. As a fellow peace officer, before I begin, I would like to take a brief moment of silence for the Texas police officer from Cameron PD that was killed in the line of duty today. What an exciting election and testament of Floresville citizens. I would like to congratulate Councilman Donald T. and Councilwoman B. Jimenez. A few months ago, I stood at this very same spot, bringing the concerns of your voters. I was disregarded and ignored merely for the fact that I do not reside in the city limits. I even had now former members and current members refuse to look at me while I was airing those same concerns. However, this election should be a notice to all elected officials that Floresville will no longer tolerate those that utilize their positions for personal gain and for their family members. Based on the backgrounds of Donald and Bee, it will hold all city boards and department leaders accountable. No longer will these boards and elected positions do as they please, whenever they please. I'm proud to stand here and say hundreds of citizens and I dedicated time and effort to make sure these newly elected council members got elected. Floresville has not seen a turnout of votes like this in years. The voters and I are excited to see a majority of new people that are qualified and fit for the job. Hopefully, this election will stop unqualified individuals from getting elected just because of their last name. We look forward to the future. This election will also usher in a new era of vibrancy for our local businesses, not corporations, and reduce crime. This does not go without saying all the good work, integrity, and honesty that former members gave to the city of Floresville. We thank you. There's still a runoff that is coming up between Jessica, who is present here tonight, and Dusty. Look at each candidate for their own positions and experience when making your decision to vote. In conclusion, Councilman Donald T., Councilwoman B. Jimenez, job well done. Don't forget why you ran and make us all proud. I'm Joel Arroyo, and thank you for your time, and God bless Floresville.
Any other citizens' comments? Okay, if none, we will move on to item 1A, and it's consideration and action to canvass and tabulate the official returns of the City of Floresville general election held on May the 6th, 2023. Council, you have before you that resolution 2023-011, and like I said, I will actually read the number of ballots, the number of votes. Our city secretary has done this in the past. Is our city secretary prepared for that, or I can do that?
If not, Mayor, I will read it if you like.
Yes, okay. Our city attorney, Sylvia, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor and Council. This is resolution number 2023-011, a resolution declaring the results of the general municipal elections held in the city of Floresville on May 6, 2023. Whereas the City Council of the City of Floresville, Texas, has heretofore called for a general election to be held in said city on May 6, 2023, to elect three city council members as hereinafter stated. And whereas said city council has investigated all matters pertaining to said election, including the ordering, giving notice, appointing of officers, holding and making returns of said election, and the election officers who held such election have duly made the results of the results thereto, and said results have been duly delivered to the said city council. And whereas there came to be considered the return of an election held on the 6th day of May 2023 for the purpose of electing the hereinafter named officials, and it is appearing from said results duly and legally made, there was cast at said election 3,301 valid and legal votes, that each of the candidates in said election received the following. Council Place 3, Roy Idrock, 35 absentee, early voting 178, election day 102. Jessica Green Rodriguez, absentee 15, early voting 264, election day 110. Dustin Onesto, absentee 34, early vote 225, and election day 123, for a total in Council Place 3 of 1,086 ballots being delivered. Council Place 4, Beatriz Maruquin Jimenez, absentee 43, early voting 402, election day 190. J. Jimenez, absentee 43, early vote 282, election day 148. In Council Place 4, there was a total of 1,108 ballots that were considered. Council Place 5, Donald C., absentee votes was 47, early voting was 424, election day 200. Cesare Perez, absentee 38, early vote 259, election day 139, for a total.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to interrupt because we're going to canvass and tabulate the votes on item A, and then B will be the resolution.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to let you go ahead and finish, but we're going to do one step
Okay,
at a time.
whichever way you want.
Sorry.
Okay, for a total in that one was a total of 1,107. And I also submitted a form for you, Mayor, on that one.
Okay.
Okay, whereas that said election was duly called, that said notice of election was given in accordance with law, and the election was held in accordance with law, and that 3 candidates were on the ballot for place 3, but no one candidate received sufficient votes to be elected to the city council, and therefore a runoff election is required. Beatriz Maruquin Jimenez was elected for council member place 4, and Donald C. was elected for council member place 5. Whereas said above named parties are hereby declared duly elected to said respective officers, subject to the taking of their oath as provided by the laws of the state of Texas. And now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Floresville, Texas, that number 1, the City Council finds that the election was in all respects legally held in accordance with the laws of the state of Texas and the charter and the ordinances of the City of Floresville. Section 2, the City Council officially finds, determines, and declares the results of the election to be that the following persons were duly elected. Council Place 4, Beatriz Maruquin Jimenez. Council Place 5, Donald C. And the Council Place 3 is undetermined, and a runoff election will occur. Section 3, it is hereby officially found and determined that the meeting at which this resolution was passed was open to the public as required by law. I turn it over.
One correction, Beatriz is Beatriz Jimenez Maruquin. And so those corrections need to be made
Okay.
on all of that. So on item 1A, it's consideration action to canvass and tabulate the official returns of the City of Floresville general election held on May 6, 2023. So the numbers, that's what we're dealing with right now, Council, are the official numbers. Are there any questions pertaining to that? Okay. If not, I will entertain a motion on item 1A.
I move to approve.
I have a motion on the floor to approve item 1A. Do I have a second?
Yes, I move to second with the corrections to the
Is
others.
that the corrections on the resolution or on the vote?
Well, not on the vote, on the name correction of the name,
Is that on item A or item B?
both.
Both?
Yes. And Honorable Mayor and Council, will this also be to approve the numbers that I read?
Yes, it would be to approve the numbers first. I have a motion and a second. Any citizens' comments pertaining to the numbers? If not, all those in favor of accepting the tabulations, raise your right hand. Item passes 4-0. Thank you. Now we move on to item B, which is consideration action to approve resolution 2023-011, a resolution declaring the results of the City of Floresville general election held May 6, 2023. That was the resolution that was just read. Again, that correction will need to be made in that resolution. Council, do you have any questions or comments? If not, I will entertain a motion to accept.
I move to approve resolution 2023-001 with the corrections of the address.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jimenez Lopez.
I have a second by Councilman Villarreal. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Item passes 4-0. At this time, I would like to ask Councilwoman Cantu. I know she has something she would like to say, so I'm going to open it up as a council comment.
Okay, well, I was going to read I will also read this at the 6 o'clock meeting. I just wanted to say, hello, my name is Gloria Morales, Cantu City Council and Mayor Pro Tem. It has been an honor. Can y'all hear me? It has been an honor to have been on the Floresville City Council since May 2016. At times, serving as Mayor Pro Tem since 2017. First off, I would like to thank God our Savior for giving me the opportunity to serve you, the citizens of Floresville. This accomplishment would not be possible without the support and sacrifice of my family. My daughters, Amanda and Noela, son-in-law, Baldo and Fabian, sisters, Ruby and Diana. To all my friends and family, thank you for all of the support and encouragement through the years. I would also like to thank our city employees, as well as our city police department, for always helping me out and being pillars of our society. Even though I am retired, this position was a 24-hour job. I never passed up a moment to meet with lifelong or new residents to our city and hear their stories or concerns. I want to thank the citizens of Floresville for putting their trust in me for the last 7 years. It was a pleasure to serve you. I never made any promises, but I did do my best to help everyone as much as I could, and I really put my heart into it. Over the years, I have been fortunate to see our city grow. I have seen projects from beginning to end. I have been lucky to participate and see organizations, committees, and boards, such as the FEDC, 4A, Zoning, Board of Adjustments, Tourist Advisory, Hike and Bike Trail, and the City Council bring opportunities and jobs to our city. Holding this position has been eye-opening. I have seen great accomplishments, and I have also seen people serve their own interests and vote on items they don't fully understand, which breaks my heart. As I leave this position, I plan to continue to stay involved in our community, God willing. I encourage the new council to get to know their constituents. I encourage to understand, I want y'all to get to know your new constituents, to understand they are a representative of our community, to read the bi-weekly agenda front to back and know what they are voting on. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand. You are the voice of the people, and they are relying on you to do what is best for the city. Be an advocate for smart growth. Thank you to my loving husband in heaven who has always taken care of me. Once again, Thank you, friends and family, the city council, the city manager, our city employees, and citizens. It has truly, truly been an honor. Thank you.
I think for all of those that have been a part of city government in any way, shape, or form, your families know how hard and how much dedication it takes. And we don't do it for anything other than serving our community. And so I'd like to present this to Gloria Cantu, where she retired from the council, but she's not retiring from the community. And we just want to say thank you to all your 7 years of hard work. Get closer.
Closer.
Okay, and on behalf?
On behalf of the Office of the City Manager and the city employees, ma'am, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve under you. We thank you for all the rambunctious interactions that we had. We got a lot of stuff done, and we appreciate you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. At this time, if I can have Mr. Donald C. and V. Jimenez Motoquin to come forward, it's now time for the swearing in. We have Honorable Judge Jared Shaw, and I will hand this over to y'all. Y'all will stand right there and stand right here.
Stand right here. Typically, the county judge would be here, but he's out of town on business. And thankfully, I was next in line, so I appreciate the phone call. And I did check with him first to make sure it was okay with him. So, without further ado, I would like to swear you in. Are you both prepared? Okay. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Floresville City Councilman, place, and this is where you put insert your number, place 4,
Place 5,
of the state of Texas, and will to the best of my ability
of the state of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Did y'all get pictures with the judge that you wanted on?
Is this ugly one? I have to get back to my courtroom. I would love to. I had a trial earlier today, and I slept a minute before on that. Well, thank you. Yeah, good day. You too.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Everybody, have a good day.
Okay, we have a little business to take care of. We have new council members.
Do you want to just leave this on? Or do you want to-
No, no.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. I know there's very proud parents and family members in attendance, and thank you for being here. Moving on to new business. Item 2A, consideration and action to elect a mayor pro tem per section 3.05 of the City of Floresville City Charter. I open the floor for comments or statements by the council.
I do have a motion prepared, Mayor.
Okay?
Mayor, I'd like to appoint Councilwoman Place 2, Carrie Rowland, to serve as Mayor Pro Tem for Section 3.05 of the Floresville City Charter.
I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Donald C. Councilman Donald C. Any citizen comments? If none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. Technically, you could, but, yeah.
You got it.
Item passes 4 with 1 abstain. Congratulations.
What an honor, but my thing is you guys all up here, you're still my boss.
Thank you. So,
Thank you.
moving on to item 2B, consideration action to approve ordinance 2023-004, City of Floresville Place 3 runoff election. You have before you, make sure I have the right one, an ordinance of the Floresville City Council calling a runoff election and providing notice of runoff election for the City of Floresville, Texas, to be held on June the 24th, 2023, for the purpose of electing the City Council for Place 3, designating a polling place, and providing for proper notice of an open meeting, and providing for an effective date. I believe our city secretary and probably our city attorney have been in contact with the elections office. I know we have representatives from there too. So Mrs. Rodriguez or Evelyn, do you have any information other than what we have before us?
If I can, Evelyn, did you want to say something or? Okay. Honorable Mayor and Council, that is correct. We have been in contact with Ms. Olga Manero, and we actually spoke about dates and stuff of that nature. So if I can, I just want to give a real brief summary of the ordinance that's before you, if that's okay.
Yes.
Under the first whereas, basically, this is to acknowledge that there was a general election that was held on May the 6th, 2023. And at that time, that election was for electing candidates to council members place 3, 4, and 5. And today, on May 11th, the City Council has canvassed the votes of that election. Pursuant to Section 503 of the City Charter, in order for an individual to be declared a winner, when there are several individuals that are running under the same, I would say, position, basically you have to have over 50% of the votes. Unfortunately, in this situation, in place 3, not one candidate received over the 50%. And because of that, now the city has or will be ordering an election for place 3 to take place. That runoff election will be held on Saturday, June 24th, 2023, during the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that's for the purpose of filling City Council place 3. What is important to note is that the individuals that will be running, and most importantly, I'll talk about that next, is Jessica K. Rodriguez Green and Dustin J. Ernesto will be vying or campaigning for that position. All applications for ballot by mail should be mailed to Olga Madero, Wilson County Elections Administrator. Your ordinance does indicate her address. Early voting by personal appearance. That's one of the most important. That will be occurring at the Wilson County Annex 111 building. That is also declared in the ordinance. Your early voting dates and hours will be on June 12th through June 16th from 8 to 5 p.m. June 19th, there will be no voting because it's actually June 10th, and it is a federal holiday. So the next day and last day for early voting will be June 20th, 2023. Election day, like I mentioned previously, will be June 24th, 2023. from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the location for voting on June 24, 2023 will be at the Floresville City Hall, located at 1120 D Street, Floresville, Texas. Council is also acknowledging that previously the council had voted and elected that election services be conducted within Wilson County. Ms. Olga Marrero is in charge of that. She will be designated as the administrator and also as the early voting clerk. That's also pursuant to statute. You are in this ordinance giving notice of the election. You're abiding by all laws of the state of Texas, and of the Texas Election Code. You're asking all voters and the citizens of Floresville to come out and please vote. You have taken all necessary action, and this meeting is open, and you're asking that this ordinance take effective immediately and duly passed and hopefully approved by the Honorable Mayor Cecilia Sissy Gonzalez and the rest of the council.
Okay. Any questions by council? These are regular procedures that we do for any election or election runoff. So any questions by council members?
See, we need to sign, we'll sign after the meeting?
Yes.
There will be an order that will require your signature along with all council members.
Yes.
This is the ordinance. Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, if there are no questions, do I have open the floor for a motion?
Move to accept ordinance number 230004.
I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, motion by Councilwoman Rowland, seconded by Councilwoman Jimenez. Any citizens' comments? If none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. Item passes 5-0. Thank you. Moving on to item C, consideration action to approve the ordering of the City of Floresville runoff election. This again is a state requirement that the council order. Any questions pertaining to this by council members? If none, all those in favor, please raise your right. I'll open the floor for a motion.
So moved, Mayor.
I have a motion by Councilman Villarreal. Do I have a second? Seconded by Councilwoman Jimenez. Citizens' comments at this time? If none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. Item passes 5-0. And then moving on to item D, item 2D, consideration to approve the notice of the City of Floresville runoff election. You have the notice in your packet, and basically it's standard. It is what we went over, and again, this is a requirement by the State of Texas Elections Division. Any questions?
And it will be published in your newspaper.
Right, and it will be published.
That was going to be my question.
Yes.
Any other questions? If none, I'll open the floor for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the notice of the City of Floresville runoff election.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman C. I have a second by Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem Terry Rowland. Any citizens' comments? If none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. Item passes 5-0. And that concludes any items on our agenda for tonight's special meeting. This meeting is now concluded at 5:29. We do have a regular meeting coming up at 6 p.m., but for about